And now the timing is right for you to hear about our online services and our mobile app as well. And there's no better person to bring that information to you this evening than our very own Acting General Manager, Mr. Charmain St. Remy. So the floor is all yours, Mr. St. Remy. You're muted.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our very first webinar, basically on cyber security and cyber connect. And we count it a privilege whereby we could just have this opportunity to share with you, for us on the same platform, to be educated ourselves on this new emerging platform of services that products and services that we are offering to you, our members, and we ourselves. It's a new dynamic for us also, but we are committed to ensuring that you, our members, like the president said, are not left out in the cold, but that you are moving also with the times and ensuring that you are able to navigate through the changes within the financial landscape, no matter where you go. Because one of the things that we know is that there are places where basically it's a cashless society. And so in order for you to be able to go through and be able to perform your activities or your financial transactions, you need to be able to have what we call our plastics. And Signature Workers Credit Union is moving in that direction, and also giving you access to your account is why we have the online and other services. This evening, I'm just going to be sharing with you the services that we have rolled out and what will be coming. Just briefly doing that with you, so as if anyone is on the webinar this evening and you're not aware of what we have, that will give you an opportunity to know about it, and then for you to touch base with us in-house and be able to move forward with it. Okay. We have 3 digital products that we will be offering to our members. The first one, which was rolled out in July, that is online services. The second one we have is our mobile services that was rolled out in August. And then we have card services, which will be rolled out very soon. Okay, our online service, if you are one of those members who have already taken advantage of our online service, then you will know that on the platform, you could view your balances. And that is free, because it's just a matter of you going on and being able to see your balances, being able to know whether or not your salary was paid in. Because that was one of the things that I think a lot of our members were frustrated with, having to call in all the time to find out whether or not their salaries were in at a particular time of the month, and having to encounter busy tones on dial tones when you're calling into the credit union or even coming in. And right now with the pandemic, the long lines outside just to find out whether or not your salary came in. And then when you get to the teller, only to find out, no, it's not there. And you've wasted probably a good 15, 20, or even 30 minutes on a line. And then you have to do it all over again. So online services affords the opportunity whereby you could sit in the comfort of your home and also view your balances. Transfer funds between your accounts. That again makes life a lot easier for you, the member. If you need to pay your loan, you could do that. If you need to transfer money, if you have standing orders with us, and you need to transfer monies in order for your standing orders to take effect, you could do that without having to come to the credit union when your salary came in and then make the transfer over. So it just makes life a lot easier for persons. And also, one of the things we must appreciate with this service is that the face-to-face contact is limited. It's limited. And so you are protecting yourselves and also the staff of Signature Workers Credit Union at the same time. Okay, you will notice that on my slide, I have certain accounts are restricted. What I mean by that is, for example, if you have a savings account which is attached to a loan, obviously, if we just give you access to it, you may just decide you're just moving monies anyhow. For protection, also for you, the member, to protect you from not moving too much money all over, but allowing you to save at the same time. We are ensuring that we help you save and also control your expenditure. Transfers from funds to another Lucia Workers Credit Union members account, which is a third-party transactions. Remember, you used to walk in and do third-party transaction, whether it be a mother wanting to give access funds to their daughter or to another family member, or whether it be, you know, a husband wanting to give a wife, etc. What that does for you, even before the individual comes to the credit union, you could do your own transfer of funds to their account. So rather than them coming to do two transactions with us, you would have already done one transaction where you put the money into their account and they have full access to it without we getting involved in it to that extent. And so we made that a lot easier for persons. Check requests. You can remember that you used to walk into the credit union, you have to put in a request for a check, then leave, and then come back again when the check is ready. And the reason for that is because most of our signatories are not based at the credit union because they are our directors. And so we would need to get a hold of them for them to come in order for them to sign some of the checks for us. So what that does now is that you make your check request online, it is processed, and then all you do is just come in to collect it. So that makes life a lot easier for you, the member. Preliminary loan application submission. Again, for those of you who would have been making requests for loans, you would know that sometimes you would come in just to find out what would be the repayment. Do you qualify for a loan, a particular loan amount? What are the documents you would need? What is the required deposit you would need to put in? And so what that does for you, being able to go online and do a preliminary loan application submission, when you go in and you put in, you go into the calculator, you could see exactly what the amounts would be. You would send in that preliminary request and the loans officers would then be able to assess it and get back to you. If it is something you want to proceed with, then you would come in and continue the loan process. For now, you would have to come in to do it. We're hoping, as Mr. Collino rightfully said, it is a step-by-step process. So right now, we can do the preliminary loan application, excuse me, and then you come in to do the main application. But eventually, we will get to the place where you could do the full application online. And then all you do is, you may not even have to come into the credit union at any point in time, because what we would then do is, once it is approved and everything, it's just place the money on your account and then you have full access to it. So we're moving in a certain direction. I believe it is for the benefit of members, not necessarily taking away from the core processes or the manual processes that we used to, and we're not putting aside those who are not tech savvy and everything like that, but we must appreciate that. Well, I think they call them the gen something. You see, I'm not even with the terms now, but our young people, they don't want to come into a credit union. They don't want to stand up on the line. They don't want to, and they are the future of the credit union and the financial industry. They're the ones making the decisions right now. And so we must be mindful of them. We cannot ignore their needs. We must be able to move ourselves so that we could touch all the different facets of society in terms of the demographics. And so that is what Lucia Workers Credit Union is trying to do, so that all our members, because we have members ranging from age 0 all the way up to age 99. And that is no exaggeration when I tell you that. So we have a wide spectrum to deal with, and so we must be able to segment and augment our products and services so that everybody benefits. So that is another thing. Letter request, again, you need to go to the embassy. You need to get a letter maybe for another financial institution. You need to get a letter for some reference letter or in terms of your financial position. Rather than having to come in again, make the request, then leave and then come back again, you could make the request online, it is processed, and all you do is come in to collect. Okay, we will get to the place where probably we might be able to email the letters once those institutions or those places are willing to accept emailed letters. If we will get to that place, but right now they're asking for the original, so you have to come in to get it. Okay. Again, I mentioned earlier, pay your loan, your FIP, your medical, that again, you could do online. Okay, our next product that we have is our mobile services. For now, we have the Android that is launched. The Apple users, my apologies, but we will be getting to Apple as soon as possible because Apple is usually taking a lot longer for them to roll it out because of the red tape that they have. But Android was quite easy. And we have our Android users who are now online and have their accounts at their fingertips. Again, on your mobile phone, you could view your balances. You could do transfer funds between accounts. You could transfer your funds to another credit union another credit union member's account. Do your check requests and your letter requests. The only thing you cannot do on your mobile phone is the loan application. And the reason for that is because, again, of the interface. The mobile phone is, the window that you have is very small. And so therefore the print will be extremely small for you to read. And you'd have to be zooming out, and it can be a little cumbersome to do. So on that, on your mobile phone, you will not be able to put in your loan request and your loan application, but you could go to your online service in order for you to do that. Okay? And again, you could pay your loans, your FIP, and your medical. Now, if you log on to our website, which is www.sluwcu.org, if you log on to our website, all our forms are on the website. The mobile and the online is interactive, so you could just go on there, fill it out, print it, or email it out to us. And we will be able to process it. Once online services gets the application, they will review it. If there are any discrepancies or any reason they need to contact you, they will be contacting you and then take you through the next leg of your process, which would be your access code and also your passwords and different things like that. Because again, it cannot be done over the internet just arbitrarily, so it has to be done in a secure manner. And so you will be contacted moving forward with that. In terms of your mobile app, again, the app is available for Android users, but again, we would advise you to at least connect with us. Yes, you could just go online, go to Apple Play, the Play Store and download the app, which is SLUWCU app. You could download it, but we would like you to connect with us because again, because of the cybersecurity element of it and us being able to protect you and you being protected at the end of the day. And we now will be able to navigate with you should anything go wrong while you are using your device. You need to connect with us and let us know that you're logging in, that you are signing up for this so that we can have record of it. Okay, so if you need to do that, you just contact online services through an email or just call in extension 212. You could just call in and they will be able to just guide you through the whole process and again, give you as much information as possible, especially there are fees which are very minimal, like a 50 cents or $1 for certain transactions, which obviously if you were to come in to do it, it would be a lot more. But then because you're doing it online and the administrative aspect of it is a lot less, then we are able to, just a small fee, none of our fees go beyond $1 for the use of the platform. But again, there are other fees that will be applicable, like to your loan application, because you know you pay a loan processing fee whenever you're doing a loan, so that does not change. Okay, so and for third-party transactions. So everything is there, but it's just have that conversation with our online service department, so at least you will get a full handle on what you're getting into. But I would advise you and I would encourage you to don't allow fear to cause you to remain, you know, in the dark, basically. But take advantage and take control of your own finances in that way, so you are able to see what is happening with your account. Because one of the things, again, I would like to just point out is that I don't know how many persons we have online from who are based overseas. But for those persons who are based overseas, I would encourage you as much as possible, please get the online service, because we've had a lot of cases where members are sending money to family members or to friends to deposit monies on their account for them. And they've been doing it for months, for years. And in their minds, they're thinking that their monies are being placed at the credit union and they have a savings building up. But then when now they ask us for a statement, or when they come down to St. Lucia, they realize there's a problem. There's no money on the account, or what they thought, you know, supposed to be there is not what's there. But if you have such a situation, I would advise you, do not wait a minute longer. Apply for the online services so that you can monitor your account. So if you send monies down, whether it be through Western Union, through MoneyGram, or through any other means to anyone, you could monitor that those monies are being placed on your account. It's a form of protection for you. Do not continue to live in ignorance of what is happening with your account. Get into the know, and that would serve you well for the future. Okay? Card services, I think Mr. Lewis hinted on it, and it's a product that we have coming soon. It was mentioned at our AGM, and we did say to you that it will be coming out very soon. Right now, we're in the testing stage, and once that has been cleared, then we'll do one further leg of testing, which is actually using the cards locally and internationally. And once everything goes well, then we will be putting it out to the members. For those of you who were not at AGM, this is what the card would look like. This is what the plastic would look like. And so it is contactless. This little infrared, this kind of liney thing that you see there, indicates that it is contactless. All you would have to do, I will show you a picture further, that you just have to tap it. You don't even have to give it to the merchant. You don't have to push it into anything. If the merchant has that facility available, you just tap it onto their device, and then the transaction will be completed. There's also the chip and pin element of it. Should the device not be contactless, then you would have to just push it in, put in your pin, and then pull out your card, and then move. Okay, it is powered by BOSL. Again, we mentioned that we will not be having any ATM machines ourselves, because all ATMs, Bank of St. Lucia have over 47 ATM machines island-wide. And anywhere you go, you will be able to see a BOSL ATM machine, and therefore you'll be able to access it. Any transactions that are done in the BOSL machines, powered machines operated by BOSL on the island, you will not be charged for any of your transactions in there. Okay, this is a free service that will be offered to all St. Lucia Workers Credit Union members who will be carrying that card. And like you can appreciate also, there will be charges if you do your point of sale transactions, because again, the charges are not ours necessarily, but but they are the merchant's charges, which you would have to bear. If you do shopping online, again, there are charges that's going to be there. That is as a result of using the service of the not workers credit union, but your card would be charged a fee. Okay, because you can see that this is a Visa card. Visa have their own charges. So therefore, every card that we issue, there is a charge that goes to Visa associated with it. So therefore, there will be a charge that will go to Visa. So Workers Credit Union, though there may be charges or fees attached to the card, they're not necessarily our fees, but they are fees that would probably need to be paid. Like Mr. Lewis said, we will make it as affordable as possible. Where we probably need to supplement some of it, we may have to do that. But nonetheless, what we are more concerned about is the product and the service so that our members are able to carry out their financial transactions no matter where they go. Okay? You have 24-hour access to your approved funds. By that I mean funds that will be made available directly to your card, because when you apply and you are onboarded to the card services platform, what you would have to do is open up an account. Basically, that's called a debit card account, and all funds that you would need to use on your card, it will go directly to that account, and that is the account that will be tied to your card. So don't be afraid that, I know some persons have been worried saying that credit union is supposed to be about saving and helping persons manage their funds. But at the same time, we are doing that. We are still mindful of you needing access. Let's think about we had shutdown. We had the pandemic just came upon us suddenly, and services were limited, financial services were limited. A lot of our members were affected as a result of that, and they had to come into the credit union. This is what we're trying to prepare you for, so that you don't necessarily have to come into the credit union to access your funds, but you can have it through your plastic. Okay, and you would have 24-hour access to your funds. It's not just between the hours of 8 and 4:30 or 8 and 5. You would have it 24 hours. Should you have an emergency or anything, then you will have access to your funds. And again, like I mentioned earlier, online purchases, locally, regionally, and internationally. That would be another benefit of you having your card service. Okay, and this is just showing you how the contactless works. You just tap it onto the machine, and then you are able to make your payments. You will just see your receipt will just be running out and printing out, which you will then sign and give back to your merchant. But there is no, the merchant does not have to touch your card at all. Everything is done by you. And the thing about it, again, with this card, you know that you used to go into the banks for you to pin your card. Then you sometimes have to take a line and all those things. You don't have to do that with our card. The card, you manage your card. So therefore, once you pick up your card from us, you could go to your home, sit in the comfort of your home. You could sit in your car. You could go by the beach. You could do whatever you want in terms of your life, and you could pin your card at any location you want. Once you have your mobile phone, you are able to log onto the internet from a device, then you can pin your card. So again, everything is managed by you. If, for example, you realize that I'm seeing a transaction that to me I did not make, you do not have to wait to call into the bank or into St. Lucia Workers Credit Union to put a stop on your card. You can put the stop on your card immediately. So you control that, and you could then release it or open it back up for use once you are aware that, okay, yes, that I did that transaction. It's just probably the name of the company is appearing differently. But yes, I did that transaction. Then you just reopen your card for you to use again. Okay, so, and if it is a situation where you realize it's fraud, you could easily just put a stop payment on your card, realize your card has been stolen. Don't wait for the bank to open or for somebody to pick up your message or what. You put a stop to it right away, and then you inform the bank that you have stopped the card because you notice that it's missing, or you've been seeing some transactions that you did not authorize on the card, and they will do the investigation on that. Okay, so we have not just gone into a card just for going into a card's sake. We've also taken into account all the security aspects and ensure that whatever we're presenting to you, the members, is something that is safe, it is secure, and it is easy to use. And also it enhances your life at the end of the day. Well, for more information, you could visit our website, like I said, or you could just send an email to online support at sluwcu.org. Now, just before I go off with ending my presentation, there is another service that I don't have here, but I just wanted to mention it. As we were speaking, it came back to me. Is that with Bank of St. Lucia, if you have an account currently with Bank of St. Lucia, we have been given the opportunity to become merchants at Bank of St. Lucia. So the same way you could pay your your Digicel bill or your Lucia bill or your Wasco bill, you could also put us on as a merchant on your account, and you could make transfers from your Bank of St. Lucia account directly to your account here at St. Lucia Workers Credit Union. So therefore, if your employer sends your salary directly to Bank of St. Lucia, but you would like part of it to come over to Workers Credit Union, do not go and frustrate your employer anymore. You could manage it from your online platform at Bank of St. Lucia, and then you could just send the monies across to your account here at Workers Credit Union. So again, that service is available to you, our members, and through, again, the partnership with Bank of St. Lucia, ensuring that you have access to your funds and you control your funds as much as possible. Okay? So I think that's it for me, Ms. Doyle. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Remy. You've explained in detail to all of our members. And if I did not have online banking or mobile app, I would have signed up instantly. I would be sending a message in the chat and saying, I need some assistance. Can you assist me? To any of the staff of St. Lucia Workers Credit Union I see on the call right now. So members, I encourage you, if you have not signed up and it's something you really want to and you're interested in, you can give us a call, as you heard, or you can connect with us by email on online support.
I just noticed that Linda has just said, so it's a debit card and not a credit card. Very much so, Linda, it's a debit card. It's just an international debit card, which you could use to do purchases, etc. Like I said, locally or regionally, but it's not a credit card. We're not going to have you incur any debt or anything like that. It's just what you use in just a easier manner, and you have more access to your funds. That's just what it is. But it's not an ATM card. It's just a debit card, an international debit card, which you could use to do international purchases, online purchases, etc., rather than having to carry cash. Because that's another thing, again, we have to be mindful of. The carrying of cash, again, cash in this, COVID time, we know the issues with cash. And we have to try to avoid it as much as possible. And so we're just making, or rather not making, but affording you different opportunities or different avenues whereby you can access your cash securely.
We have a question, 2 more questions for you, Mrs. Remy. Tracy is asking, is the card pinned via a website? That's her first question.
No, the card is not pinned via a website. It's the instructions on pinning your card that is on the website, the Bank of St. Lucia website, which is a secured platform because you will be going into Bank of St. Lucia's platform. okay, in order for you to pin your card. So it's not a website per se, but it is onto their platform, because this is exactly how they're doing all their cards right now.
Thank you for that. The next question is there a charge for that transfer from Bank of St. Lucia account to the credit union account? And is that an automatic transfer? Meaning, will it be available right away or will there be a delay?
Okay, Tracy, first one, is there a charge for that transfer? No, there isn't a charge. Secondly, is an automatic transfer? Well, no, it's not automatic, but it happens the same day. In that, Bank of St. Lucia will then have to send over the, via an email, they just send over the transaction details for us, and then we credit your account immediately. So there, it would probably be within an hour and a half, it's done. It is not real time. Because you see, in order for it to be real time, just one more thing, in order for it to be real time, Tracy, they would have needed to have access to our system. And that is what we're not going to do for that. So we can't give them access to our system. So they would just send us the information and then we put it onto your account.
Okay, Leona is saying, oh wow, Leona, you took advantage of that. She said, I have just downloaded the app. However, it is asking for an 8 to 11 digit account number, which the account number is 5 digits.
Okay, great, not a problem. The 8 to 11 digit account number, you would need to use 11 digits. What you do is that you put 2 zeros and a 1 at the end of the 5 digits that you have, and then supplement the front of the number with zeros. I don't know if I make myself clear enough. So for example, if your number is 3842, so that's 38425, okay, say 5 numbers, you need 11. You would have 38425-001, okay? So that makes it 8 numbers, okay? And then what you would do is put the remaining, I think it's 4 numbers in the front in order for you to make your 11-digit number. I don't know if that's clear enough, Leona. So try it out and you should be able to get through. So the first thing you do is put your 001 at the end, and then you supplement to the front of the number with zeros to make 11 numbers.
Leo, Tracy said, lovely, because right now I'm stressing employer with a salary deduction. So that's yes, yes.
Yes,
Technology.
yes. Don't stress them. No, you have full control over your funds right now. So you just go on and on the Bank of St. Lucia platform, just make us a merchant, and then from then on, you can just do your transaction. Just specify where you want it to go. If it is FIP you want to pay, if it is your loan you're paying, or if you just want it to go to your savings or your deposits, just specify, because there's a place where you could put in that information and they will get it over to us. And that should be fine. Yes, Tracy, that is that is correct. You could just go on, set it up, but also get in touch with us to let us know so that we can, because there's an indemnity that you would need to sign, so that if anything happens while using the platform, like Sergeant Matthew indicated, or even Leslie Collymore mentioned, that we now could step in and support you if anything goes wrong, if there's any problem with your service in terms of somebody, you know, getting onto your account or anything like that for whatever reason, because we know what's in the space, we could then step in now and give you that support. But if we don't know and you don't have those documents signed with us, then our hands are tied.
Leona said her internet froze, so she did not get the last part of your answer. So can you repeat the answer for
Yes, Leona, what I was saying is that when you're putting in your number, the 11-digit number, for example, if your number is 385426, at the end of the 6 put 001, that in itself would give you 8 numbers, and then you make up the remaining of the 11-digit number by putting zeros in front of the 3. So then that would give you 11 numbers, and then you put it in, and you should be fine. Those forms are on our website, Tracy. You could just go to our website, www.sluwcu.org, and you can download the internet. You're most welcome.
I don't see any more questions, Mr. St. Remy.
Okay.
And I don't see any hands being raised at this moment.
Well, I'm hoping that all those persons who are on, who do not have online or mobile, that I should be seeing or hearing from the online team that applications are coming in left, right, and center for persons to access their information via that platform. And like I said, don't be afraid. It's nothing to be afraid of. We're giving you the information whereby you could do it responsibly, you could do it in a safe way, and also you could take charge of your finances and your information.
Yes, I want to thank you so much for really educating us this evening on all of our digital services that we offer at St. Lucia Workers Credit Union. And I also want to thank our members, and at this time to really do our closing remarks. And our thank you remarks to us this evening is no other than our president, Mr. Peter Lewis. Mr. Lewis, the floor is all yours.